Ooh.
Welcome back to Travel Show Live, one of my all-time favorite segments. It's called the How-To segment.
We've been doing this since the late 50s, and it gets the most email.
It has taken off like
segment.
wildfire, I tell you. And well, in all seriousness, I love the How-To segment because we like to be specific here on Travel Show Live. We got the Vacation Situation Room. We do the negotiated deals every week. You do an excellent job hosting that every week, so thank you very much for doing that. And then, you know, for instance, this week I thought we'd talk about theme parks. And the reason I want to talk theme parks this week is because as the summer winds down, theme parks stay open, you know, until for some of them year-round, but some of them have to close during part of the winter months. And theme parks love to have us come and visit in September and October. So just a little reminder that, for instance, Six Flags is so close to us here in New York City, it's like 40 minutes on the train.
And it's one of our favorites.
And it's one of our favorites. That's why Sandra Daniels is here. Hello, Sandra. Welcome to Travel Show Live.
Thank you so much. Happy to be here.
Thank you very much for taking time out of your Sunday schedule. For those that don't know, we tape the show on Sunday afternoons. It is live. We do it from 5 to 7 p.m., and then we replay it during the course of the week. So thank you very much. We know your weekend time is valuable to you. How long have you been with Six Flags?
Actually, I will celebrate my 10-year anniversary come May of 2010.
No kidding. Well, congratulations.
Absolutely.
Now, does that bald guy in the commercials come by your desk and like do a little dance for you or something, or what?
He has been known to stop by every now and then.
He comes by. Now, let's talk a little bit about the property itself, because roller coaster enthusiasts love your property for a couple of reasons, correct?
Correct.
Yeah, what are those reasons?
Well, we have some of the best rides in the business, hands down.
Yeah.
We have some of the most thrilling, exciting, technologically advanced rides around, and coaster enthusiasts love our parks.
Yeah, I love going out there. Every time I'm on, I still get scared like an 8-year-old boy. I just get panicked every time I get on one of those things.
Can I make an admission?
That's the thrill of it, you know. It's a good kind of scared, though.
Oh, absolutely. I agree. What's your admission?
Sandra, this is Alan Lauren, Eric's sidekick. I've never been on a big roller coaster in my life.
What?
I've just set the gauntlet down.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I've never been on a big roller coaster.
I didn't know that. No, Sandra, we didn't plan this. I didn't know that information.
It's very true.
You know what we're going to do?
Uh-oh. Video
Sandra,
camera in hand, right?
I think we're going to bring the video camera out. I think Alan's going to have to. We're going to have to do that. That's exactly right. Now, there have been articles, there have been books, there are websites dedicated to getting the most out of our visit to a particular theme park. So I thought I would call you up and say, how do we get the most out of our time at a particular park? Let's take yours, for example. What are some tips you can give us?
Well, first of all, we invite you to always visit the web, sixflags.com, because there's just tons of information on our website that'll help you navigate your way through the park and make sure you get the biggest bang for your entertainment dollar. You can call the park also ahead of time. We have guest information lines. You can get all of the calendar events. You can get the hours, operating schedule, that sort of thing. If you would rather not visit when when the parks are very busy, we invite you to certainly try during the week. Obviously, weekdays are less busier than weekends. Once you get into the park and you want to grab a bite to eat, well, try to eat during non-traditional hours. Obviously, don't go to lunch at noon when everybody else is going to lunch.
Good, good tip. I like that.
Back it up to 1 or even maybe 2. Also, we have maps that we make available to our guests when you enter our parks. Familiarize yourself with the park in advance of your trip so that you know where you're going and how to get to where you're going. If you're traveling with a group, we invite you to arrange a meeting place. In case you become separated, and you very likely will, especially if you're visiting with teens and tweens, they may want to go one direction, parents may want to go another. We have strollers available in all our parks. If you are with little ones, you can certainly rent a stroller. We have great concerts and special events throughout our season, so we invite you also to take advantage of those as well.
Well, I think you brought up a great point here, because I like the idea of familiarizing yourself with the park ahead of time, because I think that's a way to extend your trip. Let's just say we only have a day to do Six Flags. Go ahead the day before, get out the maps, get the family involved. Say, okay, here's what we're going to expect to see. You take this area, I'll focus on this. I think that's kind of a fun little family activity. It's a little Griswoldy, but I think it'd be fun, don't you?
I do. Nothing wrong with being a little Griswold. We love the Griswold.
Yeah, the park's closed. The moose out front should have
But
told
actually,
you.
that's going to save some fights because it happens all the time with with the family.
That's true.
They get there, the kids, I want to go there, I want to go there, and if
Right.
you pre-plan this out.
A little bit of planning,
Yeah.
I think, helps. I like the idea also of eating at non-traditional times. But let's talk about first thing in the morning. Now, is it true that you go through the front gate and you want to head to the back of the park first, or where do you weigh in on that?
Some people do it that way. You could probably also try to ride the most popular rides earlier in the day. For instance, at Six Flags Great Adventure, obviously the more popular rides are going to be Kingda Ka, Nitro, Batman the Ride, Bizarro. So you might want to plan that a little better, ride it earlier or later in the day to avoid some of the crowds. We also have some great, indoor rides if you just want to get out of the heat if you're visiting during the summer months. We have some great indoor attractions as well, like the Dark Knight Coaster. And I'm speaking, obviously, of Six Flags Great Adventure
Yep.
in the New York market.
Yep.
There's the Dark Knight Coaster, Skull Mountain, Fly Me to the Moon, which is a 4D kind of attraction. So there's a lot of options out there.
How many Six Flags parks are there nationwide?
There are 20 parks, and that includes our park in Mexico and our park in Montreal.
Oh, wow. And Kingda Ka, now that's here in New York, right? In New Jersey.
It is.
Now that's a steel roller coaster, correct?
It's a monster. Yep, it's the fastest, tallest coaster in the world.
Yeah, that's the one where you go up and you start having signs of heights that you are passing. Like they'll seriously, like the Leaning Tower of Pisa. That you go and you get on there and you're like, oh, I'm not scared. I'm a grown man. And you keep going up higher and higher. You're like, oh, I'm a little more scared. By the time you get to the top, you're horrified. I love it. I absolutely love it for that very reason because I get scared every time. All right, any other tips you should mention before we go?
Well, we also invite our guests to also make sure that children, if you're visiting the park with children, that make sure they're comfortable with a ride, before they actually board the ride.
Mm-hmm.
And we have lots of attractions in our parks that kids and parents can ride together. And we tell you to pick up an entertainment schedule because, as I said, there are lots of shows and special events in our parks. So as you enter, pick up a schedule so you know what to catch and when to catch it.
Mm-hmm. Very good. Well, I'm glad you did this, Sandra. Thank you very much for being on the show today.
Thank you very much.
You come back anytime, and we definitely need to come out and see you in the fall. How late's the park? Now, the one in New Jersey, how late is that open into the year? Is that year-round or no?
Not year-round, but we will be opening through the end of October, obviously, for our very popular Halloween event called Fright Fest.
Very good.
So we invite everybody to come out, check it out. It's a good time for all.
All right, very good. Thank you, Sandra.
Thank you.
I knew
Bye-bye.
I was going to like her. She just seems like she's the kind of person who should work at a theme park. She seems like she's so much fun. And her name is Sandra, like Sandra D. All right, we're not going to sing that song. We're not doing it, Alan. Forget
Well,
it.
not on camera.
No, we'll do that during the break. All right, we're going to do a quick break. We'll come back. The largest mall in North America is located in Edmonton, Canada.
Alberta.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And we're going to do that next before we end the program today. We'll be right back. Stay with us.